Sakarla Sundarbai Shashin Jain College in collaboration with London Business University, Singapore. Let us start today's session with a word of prayer.
Namo Siddhanam, Namo Hariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Savasahunam, Deso Panchana Mokaro, Sarva Pava Panasano, Mangalanam Chesadesam, Padamam Havi Mangalam. Padamam Havi Mangalam. நீராறும் கடலுடத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிலொழுகும் தீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கனமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடன திருநாடும் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Today's topic of discussion is writing quality research articles, and we have with us Dr. P. Caldwell Newton, Assistant Professor of Computer Science, Government Arts College, Trichy. He has served as an Associate Professor of Computer Science, Bishop Keeper College, Tiruchirappalli for 15 years. He has been interviewed by All India Radio, Kodai FM channel and Tiruchi Primary and Tiruchi FM channel. He has been addressing special features on differently abled person and their achievements on August 30, 2009, February 27, 2011, March 15, 2011 and December 3, 2021. He has received Young Scholar Award in recognition of training course on basic of communication policy research held in Sri Lanka. His biography is published in the Marcus Who's Who in Science and Engineering, 11th edition, USA. He has delivered more than 80 motivational talks and subject lectures in many colleges in and around Tamil Nadu. He has presented and published more than 120 papers in the proceedings of conferences, revered journals, and care listed journals. He has 2 patents for his credits. He has produced 22 MPhil scholars and 8 PhD scholars. Currently, he is working with 4 PhD scholars. He has visited Malaysia, Korea, Australia, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and China to present research papers and their research finding in international forum. Sir, thank you so much for being with us, and over to you to discuss on writing quality research papers.
Thank you, madam. So good afternoon to all. Let me share my screen. Is it visible, madam?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Visible. Okay. So once again, one second. Okay. So at the outset, I would like to thank the management, principal, HOD, and Dr. Deepa ma'am, research director and associate professor of computer science, and all the learned faculty members for having given me this wonderful opportunity. So I am going to share a few thoughts on writing quality research papers. So whatever I am going to share in this session, most of the points are out of my experience, or I can say the practices that I followed during my PhD. So one or two slide, I'll end on some fundamental aspects of research. Okay, 2 or 3 slides only. After that, we'll do writing a quality research paper. So we all know that research is a micro study on macro matter. Okay, it's a very small study on a bigger topic. Okay, so next definition, maybe research is an organized study. Okay, I don't think we don't need extra intelligence or knowledge or wisdom to do the research. Okay. Whatever knowledge we have right now, whatever intelligence we have right now, that is enough. But only thing is to organize our research. Okay, so 4 C's come to my mind. The first C is collect the papers. Nowadays, we can collect the papers from the internet, isn't it? So we can collect the papers. So why we cannot read the whole paper and collect it or download it from the internet? We do, we will just quickly go through the title and maybe we can go through the abstract. Okay, then we will start downloading it. Okay, as much as papers we need to collect it, then we have to go through the title, abstract, and the other points. Okay, we can just quickly go through the paper and we can make the classification. The first C is collecting the paper, second C classifying the paper, then third one is important one. Okay, because while we are collecting, there may be, okay, there are papers that may have some irrelevant information. Irrelevant in the sense that may not come under our research topic. Okay, so we have to choose the relevant contents. Okay, then the fourth C is our contribution, that is charge the contents with your idea. While collecting, classifying, and choosing, okay, we will be identifying a particular problem. Okay, so for that problem we will give a idea to address that problem. That's what I meant by charge the contents with your idea. So reading is the fundamental okay element in the research. Okay, okay, quickly I go through how we can make this reading. Okay, because reading enriches our knowledge and wisdom so that we can do a quality research. Okay, with respect to reading, there are two.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
The slide is not moving to the next.
Okay. For me, it's moving.
We are still in this writing quality research paper, slide 1.
Okay. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll do it again, ma'am. Just please hold on. Now it's changing, madam. Madam, can you hear me?
No, sir.
It's not changing.
Yeah.
Okay.
For us, it is not in the slideshow mode, sir.
Oh, okay, okay.
Presentation mode is not available.
Can you see the slide, ma'am, now?
So it is the slide 1, sir.
So the title slide only
Yes, sir.
it's showing, not moving.
No issue, sir. You just go ahead with your presentation.
Okay. Otherwise, just a minute. I'll once again quit the Zoom. Shall I log in again, ma'am?
Okay, sir.
If I leave the meeting and once again I'll come in.
Okay, sir.
Is it changing, ma'am?
Yeah, now it is, sir.
It's changing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, madam.
But the content is not visible.
Visible. Okay, now
Just go ahead, sir.
now check, ma'am. Is it changing?
I could see only the empty screen, sir.
When I move to this slide share mode, it's not working, ma'am.
No issue, sir. You just have it in the presentation mode itself and go ahead with your presentation.
Okay. Now can you see this slide is changing?
Yes, sir. It is.
Okay. When I click that in the PowerPoint, when I click that slide show, it's not, you are not able to see that.
Okay.
In this mode,
Okay, sir.
in this mode, you can see. I don't know why. Okay, so I apologize for this technical issue. So I said the reading is a fundamental element in which we will make two study, that is extensive study. In this extensive study, it is also called floodlight study. Okay, we need to do the extensive study and the intensive study parallelly, or first we need to make an extensive study, then intensive study. I'll show what it is by this slide. Assume that you are under the tree. Okay, when you are under the tree, you can see the under the tree or very near to the tree, you can see the leaves, isn't it? Okay, assume that you are above the tree, above, for example, 20 feet or 30 feet above the tree. You can see the tree and the surroundings. Maybe 200 meter or 500 meter above the tree, you will see the whole village, and you can see the surroundings also. Then when you go higher and higher, then there is blank space, white space. Okay, this is what extensive study means. Then intensive study, so when you are very near to the tree, you will see the leaves. Okay, and you can see the even you can see the veins. Veins means it is a tube that takes water into the leaves. Then if you use the microscope, we can see the DNA structure of that leaf. Then again, if you use the hi-fi microscope, we can see the atom level structure of a tree or leaf. Okay, this is called intensive study. Okay, so we have to we can relate this model, this leaf model, with our research work. Okay, so whatever the topic we choose, we need to do the intensive study as well as extensive study. Okay, so while reading, we will read the existing papers. Okay, here I have highlighted some of the lines. Okay, just I'll go through that line. While this approach does possess the ability to scale across the entire internet, there are numerous unresolved issues relating to the quality. So while we are reading the existing papers, we need to look for sentences like this. Okay, here it is mentioned that numerous unresolved issues. So here we are, this author says there are issues related to quality. So what we need to do, we need to further make a in-depth study about this okay line, and because at the end of this particular article there will be a references. Okay, when we refer those papers, then we can definitely identify what are the unresolved issues. Another line says that the existing tools are insufficient to support quality of service. Okay, why I am showing this is that we need to look for statements like this. Okay, so they say, this author says the existing tools are insufficient. Okay, what are the ways by which we can make it sufficient, or we can reduce the insufficiency? Okay, that's our research. We need to make a further study. Then one more line, the major stumbling blocks in attempting to address how quality of service could be deployed in public internet or both engineering and economic in nature. So here two factors are coming, that is engineering aspects as well as the cost aspect. Okay, engineering aspect in the sense how they made an analysis, design, okay, implementation part and the testing part. Okay, all these comes into this. Okay, we can get an idea, okay, what is the issue, how we can proceed about. Okay, so while you are reading the paper, we need to look for statement like this. So let us come to the topic. It is writing a quality research paper. So earlier I said we need to make, okay, extensive study as well as intensive study. For extensive study, we can refer books. Okay, the purpose of extensive study is to understand the broad scope and bigger picture of our research work. Okay, we can refer the books. But intensive study is meant for, it is called spotlight study. Extensive study is a floodlight study where the coverage area is more. Okay, but in the intensive study, the coverage area is less. That's why it is called spotlight study. In the intensive study helps to narrow down the problem, okay, or it helps to identify the problem. Okay, reading is an important task. Many times we the expert says that don't read to read, but read to understand. Out of compulsion, we should not read. Okay, we have to read to understand. After doing this intensive and extensive study, okay, we will be taking hints or notes. Okay, this is the blueprint of our research paper. Okay, here you can see, okay, the introduction part and methodology, results, analysis, conclusion and acknowledgement, references. This is the blueprint of our paper, including the abstract. Okay, so it is not it is in the formation stage. Okay, we will see how we can make this blueprint as our paper or as a article. Okay, so for every paper, I mean the research article, irrespective of the discipline we are in, so we know the structure. Okay, the first part is the title, authors and affiliation. Okay, so title is the first most read portion of the paper. Okay, we need to keep the title short and sweet. Okay, and also it should be self-explanatory. Okay, our okay, after identifying the problem, we will propose our idea, and okay, finally we need to give a title for our research work. That title should be self-explanatory, because many reviewers and examiners, by reading the title itself, they will come to know that what is inside the paper. Okay, so it should be measured, the title should be measured in words. Okay, we cannot use maybe more than 10 words or 12 words. Okay, so it should be short and sweet and self-explanatory. They should not ask what is explanation about the title. Okay, it should be crisp and crystal clear. So the next element in writing the research paper is the abstract. Okay, next element is abstract. Later I'll say which section we need to write first, second, third and last. Okay, so abstract, when you see the abstract, okay, maybe we may not understand what should be kept inside the, what should be written inside the abstract. Okay, so I have given I have divided the abstract into 4 subtopics. Clues are given here. Okay, abstract is consist of our motive and the method, key results and applications. Okay, the motive is a rationale. Why am I writing this paper? method, what is the methodology, or what is the technique, what is the philosophy I am going to use to address that particular issue. Okay, then what is the result I get, then what is the application for part of my research findings. Okay, so motive, method, key results, application. Okay, if you write 3 sentences for each and every okay component here, the abstract is over. Okay, it's very easy to write. Simply okay, looking at the abstract, what comes when we break these into like motive, method, key results, and application, it is easy for us. For each component, 2 or 3 lines is enough. Okay, then the abstract is over. So it is a concise summary. It is the second most read portion of the paper. Many papers are selected by reading the title and the abstract. First most read portion is title, second most read portion of the paper is abstract. So we need to write abstract in a crystal clear way. So and also nothing should appear in your abstract that does not appear elsewhere in the paper. Many times we will promise something in the abstract, and that promise won't be fulfilled in our paper. Okay, or we would have promised something in the proposed work and research findings, and that may not be given in the abstract. Okay, so that should not be there. There should be a okay link between the abstract and the other sections. Okay, here we can include all the important keywords also. So first element is the title. Okay, second is the abstract. Third, okay, next is the introduction. I mean, paper starts with the introduction. So when we see look at this, the word introduction, then nothing comes to our mind. When we ask few questions, okay, if I have given here what is the problem and why is it interesting. If you ask this question, definitely you can write okay 2 or 3 paragraphs for this question, okay, as an answer, provided you would have done a intensive study and extensive study, okay, very carefully. Definitely you will come with the okay problem. Okay, then you can write on your own words what is the problem, and this is what this is for, it is interesting. Then next one, explain the importance of this research work. If you may write 1 or 2 paragraphs for this okay question. Then now if you consolidate, the introduction part is over. Okay, instead of okay, here I have given only 2 questions. Okay, you may think of many questions, and according to your okay input, and according to your own knowledge and wisdom. Then second another section is the related works. This related works, it can also be called as previous works or background. Okay, names are up to us. Sometimes it may also we can write it as review of literature, like that. So here, how did other people have addressed the problem? If you answer this question, then part of the related works is over. Okay, so you have identified a problem, and what other people addressed this particular problem. Okay, so so you can address it. Now you can identify, okay, you can identify about your problem, and you can write how you are going to address the problem, and how does your work differ. Okay, how does your work differ? So how others have done the work, how okay you are going to do the work. So if you answer these questions, definitely the major part of this section, that is related work section, is over. It should be up to date. Okay, all this okay, papers that you have referred must be up to date. Okay, the purpose of doing this section is to avoid duplication and copyright violations. Okay, next section is the proposed work. Okay, in the proposed work, central idea of our work can be explained, and details of what you are doing and algorithms, mechanisms can be proposed in this section, proposed work, or it can be called as your own technical description. Then this is what in this section only we are charging the contents with our idea. Then next section is the research findings. Okay, experimental or formal results. Okay, here we need to show that your contribution helps to solve the problem. Okay, that is the purpose of this, how your technique addresses this problem and what are the results. Here we will use the tables and graphs, okay, in this section. Then finally it is conclusion. So the essence of our work is given in this conclusion. Okay, the important results and their consequences can be written in this section, conclusion section. And also we can list any reservations limitations in this conclusion section. Okay, then finally, of course, you all get this references based on the okay, based on the requirements of the journal publisher or the conference organizer. You can use the format, that is APA is the American Psychological Association, MLA Modern Language Association, and IEEE formats. Okay, whatever formats we can as per our requirement we can use it. Okay, here I said different sections. Okay, what I used to do is we discussed about how to write the introduction part, the related works, okay, and the proposed work, findings, conclusion, and references. Okay, so first what I do is first I write the proposed work, including you can also take title and abstract. I won't write the title abstract first. Okay, first we need to write the proposed work. Then after writing this, for writing the proposed work, this is 4 hints given. Okay, so using this, okay, many hints may be available, but I followed this hints, okay, to write my work. Then after writing the proposed work, then I'll come to a results part. Okay, after results I'll go to the review of literature, that is related works. Okay, to write the related works or review of literature, these are the clues. Okay, how other people have addressed the problem, and how does your work differ from them, the existing works. Then after completing the related works, I'll write the introduction part. Okay, so why I am saying this is many times we will write the introduction first. Okay, so when we write the proposed work and findings and review of literature, okay, in this order, we are able to write the review of literature because we already done an extensive and intensive study. Okay, that's why we can write this work. Okay, then we can go to conclusion. Okay, finally we can write the conclusion. After writing this conclusion, what we have to write? We can write the abstract. Okay, then only the abstract will be in good quality. Okay, we should not write the title first, abstract second, introduction third, like that. Okay, you just give it a try. Okay, the order that I have told just now. Okay, after writing conclusion, references anytime we can write. Okay, After writing the important all the sections of a paper, you go for abstract. After writing the abstract, if you give a title, the title definitely reflect the work. Okay, the title will be in crystal clear format. Okay, and some more points. So we have to write each and every section. We just now saw the various sections starting from introduction, related works like that. Okay, each and every section of a paper in your own style. Okay, we have to write on our own. If we write on our own, definitely no plagiarism issues and copyright issues will come. Okay, if we follow these practices and take sufficient time to write each section. Okay, to write a proposed UR, okay, I used to take maybe 1 week time to write only the proposed work section. Okay, for finding maybe 4 or 5 days, and okay, for the review of literature, because we have already studied various papers. Okay, the extensive study, intensive study, we already done. Okay, we would have kept it in the mind, or we would have taken the hints. Based on that hints, we need to write the review of literature. Okay, so we have to take sufficient time. Then contents of each section is neither too much nor too little. Okay, maybe we can go up to 4 to 6 pages are enough for our own contribution paper. Okay, then we need to read and reread the sections to refine or modify it. After completing all the sections, what we have to do? We have to reread the various sections, because we will think correctly and write wrongly. Okay, after second time, in the second version, when you are reading that paper, you would have okay, surprised. Am I written this statement? Okay, because I never thought like this. Okay, I thought in that way, but we can make mistake while we are writing. Okay, we will think correctly and write wrongly. We need to read and reread. Maybe 4 or 5 versions we need to take before we give it to our research supervisor. Then definitely minimum errors or minimum suggestions will come from our research supervisors. We can easily finish it. Okay, I'm going to finish very soon. So just give a patient listening. So don't override the modifications. So version 1, version 2, like that, we have to save the files in save as mode. Okay, again, write and rewrite the sections. We have to rewrite the sections until the paper meets the quality and some benchmark. Don't copy single sentence from other sources. Okay, and except for a review of literature and references work, it is okay. Then we can of course give our paper to a proofreader. Then expression of a view. Ma'am, can you see this expression of view slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So, so here I just use English. Okay, some 2 or 3 examples I wanted to give. With that, I'll complete it. Okay. So in example 1, option X requires, it's on how we are expressing our views in writing. Okay. This statement goes, option X requires installation of a Wi-Fi, and option Y requires the installation of new software on each individual workstation. Okay, that is, this statement is in informal way, but you can consider writing as it is in example 2. Option X only requires installation of Wi-Fi, while option Y relies on the installation of new software on each individual workstation. Okay, when you read both the examples, you can understand. Okay, what you will understand, that is example 2 allows the reader in correctly interpreting the facts. Okay, then the example 1, it gives the example 2 is better than example 1. Okay, so that interpretation is clear. Then avoid phrasal verbs. Here you look at it. The aim of this study is to look at the route dynamics and to find out the optimal route from source to destination. So instead of using these phrases, that using idioms and phrases like that, like thing, you can write in like this. Okay, the second bullet point. The aim of the study is to examine the route dynamics and to determine. Instead of look at, you can use the word examine. Find out, you can use the word determine. This is the preferred usage. Then usage of adjectives. That is, this kind of approach has led to big changes in mobile communication. Of course, we can write like that, but the second one is in a more formal way. Such an approach has led to major changes in mobile communication. Okay. Then next, usage of adverbs. Here you see how we are okay, writing our views to the readers. Okay, that is very important. Okay, here once again. So here in this example 5, the recent researchers on network mobility proposed several route optimization schemes that solve issues involved in longer route, but that RO algorithms have some limitations. Instead of using the word but, you can use the word however. That gives a clarity both for the readers as well as the supervisor or reviewers. And usage of prepositions, you can see this. Okay, as a result of a previous phase of the analysis of the different solutions, you could see many of is used. Okay, instead of that, due to the previous phase in the analysis of the different solutions, numerous changes had to be made to the proposed algorithm. We can think of writing this particular way. So here ends my presentation. Now it's time to clarify your questions. I once again thank you all for your patient listening, and I apologize for this technical problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. That is indeed an informative session. Participants, if you have any clarification, you can ask, sir. You can type it in the chat box. Participants, do you have any query?
And I want to make it full screen. When I change the slide, you are not able to see it. That's why I couldn't make it.
Asking for the presentation, sir. No, can you share through mail so that I can send it to all the people who are presenting their feedback?
Okay, okay, ma'am. Sure.
Possible, sir?
Madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So if there is no query, requesting Deepika to formally propose the vote of thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to propose the vote of thanks for today's session. I would like to thank the Almighty for making today's session a success. I extend my gratitude to our speaker, Dr. Calvin Newton, for taking the time to be part of the FDP series on journal writing and for sharing his knowledge and insights. I thank all the participants who have taken the time out to attend today's session. A big thank you to our secretary and our associate secretary for their constant guidance and support. My special thanks to our principal and vice principal for giving us the encouragement we always need. Last but not the least, I would like to thank Dr. S.T. Deepa, our technical team, and our internal training team for all their support and coordination. Once again, I thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Participants, the feedback link is posted in the chat box. You can just feel your feedback. Thank you so much for your patient listening and participation. Thank you.
Once again, I thank all of you for your patient listening. Thank you. Thank you so much. Shall I quit the meeting, ma'am?
Yes, sir.